What's up, everybody? This is Super Mike 2164, and I'm just coming through. Hit the like, hit the share. I invited a couple people if you guys want to come through. No real introduction or anything. I'm gonna put the link down here just in case somebody wants to have a comment. Hold on a second. Yeah, yeah. If you want to have a comment, shoot, I put the wrong thing in there. Hold on. All right, I'm back. What's up? What's up? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Super Mike 2164. I just want to let me post this link just in case anybody wants to say something. Hold on a second. We're just gonna have a quick political talk. I'm not a political mastermind, but I think I want to have this conversation with people, and if somebody wants to say something that's cool, you know, and we can go ahead and have this conversation. So basically, we I'm only talking about this because this is the real situation that's out here. This is 2021. It's enough black folks. What's going on, guys? Press the thumbs up. Like I said, if you guys want to come up, say a little something. I'm not no political mastermind or nothing like that. So we're just up here talking, having a quick conversation. If you choose to just hang in the clouds, that's cool too. The thing is, though, I know that some of us hate the Democrats and hate the Republicans. We understand that, especially as black people, but this is not just black people, actually. It's a situation now where you got the ethnicity that founded this country, which is, they call themselves white people, which is white people. They hate the Democrats and Republicans too. Okay, this is their system. This is their system. If you're looking at politics, any political system, one of the primary services that the political system is going to be used for is to determine where resources get spread around. So are the resources going here? Are they going there? You know, this is the forum, the organized place where people get to have those arguments, or if it's a dictatorship where the dictator decides, folks get to try to influence the dictator, you know, whatever. You know, the thing is here in the United States here, and since I'm a black person, I'm always going to come from the perspective of black people. And you know, now I'm on code. We do have the foundational Black American, and I agree with that terminology and I like it. Okay. That doesn't mean I don't like any other Black person all around the planet because I understand that we are the original man and woman. What's going on, everybody? As soon as you come in, go ahead and press the thumbs up for me. Go ahead and share the stream. Like I said, I put the link down there. If you guys want to come up, say something, go ahead, come up, let me know what's up, and we'll go ahead and have a quick conversation. But this conversation will be fairly quick. All right. And what I want to get into is if you hate the Democrats and you hate the Republicans, the primary purpose of these politics, these political systems, right? You are supposed to determine where the resources go. Who's going to get this much of what? Everybody who is considered a citizen in the country. They're going to pay taxes. They're going to do something to contribute to developing the entire, collective. Now, there's a lot of people out there don't believe they believe in collectivism, but if you call yourself an American or if you call yourself a citizen of a nation, you have included yourself willingly inside a collective. Now we in there with individuals, but the point is there's a protection mechanism that allows for certain behaviors. So the situation with a lot of people nowadays in 2021 is the resources aren't being distributed correctly. You got racism issues. You got you know uh, what you call basically financial capitalism issues where you have not situation. So a lot of folks believe that it's classism, and then you have all of these isms that create yourself in America. These things are manageable, but if you don't have the proper leadership who actually understands, and really wants to try to stabilize the ship, and it's not going to be solvable because you got different groups competing for power, which is natural. But if you don't have a mechanism that actually tries to balance that competition in a fair manner, and whoever wins if long as they do it fairly and by the book, and that you're going to create a situation where some groups feel that they have to go outside of the political rule book in order to acquire power. And that's what politics is about, because all people are going to have the power to determine where they get their resources and who gives them their resources. So the situation, and like I said, I'm black, so I'm coming from a black perspective. You know what I'm saying? The situation with black folks, we literally are the resource that the government that allowed this government to build its power. We are a resource. That is the culture of this system. Now, there's a lot of people who choose to ignore this fact because they want to create this narrative, but you can't create your own narrative and ignore facts of reality. Otherwise, you'll never be able to solve the problem. If we want to get to a situation where there's people out here that want to have colorblind societies and stuff, I'm all with that. I'm with that because to me, the racism is dysfunctional, but you don't solve that problem simply by ignoring that it ever existed. That's illogical. It does not work because not only is it now baked into the memory, the actual memory, and like I said, this is an open show, guys, so you guys can come up. The show's not going to last more than an hour, though, no matter what. All right. If you want to wait in the clouds too, that's cool too. Just press the thumbs up for me. And if you want to make a comment, go ahead and make a comment. The thing is, this racism thing, we know through epigenetics, we know through history. Even if the history is not taught, they're talking about critical race theory, which, if you study it, is just a slick way to say Black history that is critical of the American narrative that the original founders, who were racist, who were most of them were slave owners. Uh, that that if you're critical of that, then that's called, what you call critical race theory. Now, the thing is, though, we understand now that Black people they're not a resource. We're not a resource. We're not oil. We're not cotton. We're not uh, fungible products anymore. And some of us want to still be that, but many Black folks, we are literally self-thinking. We're debating. We're really trying to actually become part of establish it. We're trying to make decisions. We want to determine the direction of the country. We want to determine the direction of the resources. We want to determine where the resources get spent. And we want some of those resources to be spent on us specifically to solve our specific problems. You got to spend resources to solve problems. That's how it works. All right. So if you use, the thing is, though, we've been dealing with a lot of stuff. So if you're looking at how do you, if you don't like the Democrats and you don't like the Republicans, how are you going to direct the political resources to solve your problems? How are you going to direct that? So the options are you have to use what you got to get what you want. That's an old saying. A lot of uh, power building, most power building does not take voting. Black folks, we're gonna have to just understand this hook or crook. It takes organizing and it takes building power and building loyalty. Okay. You use what you got. You got some money. We have labor. We have a group identity. This is the reason why Black is so important. Black American, foundational Black American, these things are very important. They seem very small, very simple, but they're important because it allows you to create this identity for yourself. It allows you to coalesce around an identity, and it allows you to build a culture. It allows you to preserve that culture. It allows power. So that's what we got going on. If you keep investing into political processes, and really it's the same political process. If like you don't like Trump, or you don't like Biden, which I don't like either one of them. Do I need to go out there and just vote for the lesser of two evils? No, because there's a lot of things we can do. There's a lot of things that's being done to build power. Okay, all you have to do, you can vote in your local elections. Voting is not really action, really. If you don't have anything to vote for, don't. You have to make something to vote for. So you have to find people who are doing things in your neighborhood, in your community. If you don't find them, create them. Create something, try to solve a problem. Solve some problems and start building power around that. Start getting resources and you become the director of those resources. That's what we got to do. So if you don't, if a lot of Black people in history, we've had this kind of idea where we've been taught to love our enemies. If you can't tell what an enemy is versus a friend, this is going to produce a lot more confusion as well in us. Right now, we got a situation where the two political parties are both literally an enemy to Black advancement. Neither one of them is willing to give you resources. Resources are taken from Black form of taxes, form prison, they can get tax money for you. They get to demonize you or something to that effect. But we get, like, for example, even look if you look at the situation with the HBCUs in the Lift Every Voice plan, so-called, with Biden and Harris, they promised $70 billion to go to HBCUs. They literally promised that. They promised $7 billion going for see that is a joke. They promised to meet with Ice Cube. They did not do that. Okay, Donald Trump said when he first started trying to court the African American vote or the Black vote, he said, "What do you have to lose?" They literally Biden Harris. They literally went out there to court the Haitian vote, and the Haitians Americans which are Black people, they were out there voting for Biden. And we see how that worked out because their own countrymen were rejected at the border. So when you got a situation where you got a entity that is refusing to give you resources. Now let's look at this. I want y'all to read this story. Let's look at this here. We're gonna read some of this here. So I'm in the union, IBEW, the electrical union, and this is the magazine that we get. So Biden is here. He's in Cincinnati, courting the union, showing up where it matters. Okay, he's promising these people money. Oh, Michael, well, you're part of the union. You should be happy. He's getting money for you. No, no, no. Look who's there. Look who's there. And I can guarantee you, we look through this paper, you can see the decision makers mostly are not us. Now we do have a presence in the union. We do have a presence in the union, but it's carefully controlled and monitored. I heard this from several people. There's groups called the fleas. There's certain groups and sub entities in the union that understands the history, and they try to limit the the resources that goes to black folks. So in this paper, it says President Joe Biden took his pitch on massive investment in infrastructure and American labor directly to the workers July 21st, touring the IBEW NECA Electrical Training Center in Cincinnati to learn about what IBEW electricians do every day on the job. It was the first visit by a sitting president to an IBEW training center since President Barack Obama, which basically he was in office, Biden was in office at that point. Since Barack Obama toured Washington, D.C., Local 26's facility in 2010. The Build Back Better plan that President Biden is proposing will be a game changer for union tradesmen and tradeswomen, said International President Lonnie Stevenson. But we can't overstate how important it is that a sitting president shows up at our training center, asks genuine questions. See, so it's letting you know this man is not stupid. He knows how to distribute resources, ask genuine questions about the work we do, and use the word union again and again. You see, so they're looking at some symbolism here, but they're also looking at resources. No president since Franklin D. Roosevelt has understood the importance of unions and labor movement the way Joe Biden does. Okay, so Barack Obama is out of the picture there. When he says unions built the middle class, he means it. And he has our backs and respects the work we do. That's a breath of fresh air after a lot of lip service to working people in the past. Biden's infrastructure plan calls on for more than $1 trillion. $1 trillion is 1,000 billion. Okay, 1,000 billion, and 1 billion is 1,000 million. So you got $10,000 million here. I believe it's 10,000 million. But so Biden's infrastructure plans calls for anyway. No, the math is I think it's 100,000 million. So Biden's infrastructure plan calls for more than $1 trillion of spending on roads, bridges, and revamp of the electrical grid, among many other urgent areas of investment. A $1 trillion bipartisan bill passed the Capitol Senate August the 10th, and compromise measure was headed to the House when the electrical worker went to print. Biden and House Democrats pushed for an even larger investment in the American jobs. Republican Senate leader Mitch McConnell threatened to filibuster Biden's initial proposal, which was nearly double the size of the revised plan and included strict requirements that the improvements be done by union workers. You see, now the thing is, you want those union workers, okay? And the reason why the union is important is because you have to have organized labor, and that speaks to uh, the situation in capitalism. You have to have controls there. Otherwise, people will not obey the rules, and they will break down your border security because they want to find the cheapest labor possible. That's part of capitalism. We're still talking about once in a generational investment in America and Americans that is desperately needed, said assistant to the international president for government affairs. And let me fast forward a little bit. I want to fast forward on this here because I just want to show something. Now, so Biden is going to invest. Hold on a second, guys. Biden is going to invest. He know how to get money. He's showing up where it matters. Spotlight on IBEW training. He's going to give, and you. So there you go. IBEW, Lonnie Stevenson. That's it. You know, my IBEW story. Remembering the sacrifices. Kenneth Cooper. That's the treasurer. We see who's Biden meeting with. You know, these are the guys he's meeting with. So we just need to understand that. Keep in mind, guys, you know, the bottom line I need you guys to understand is that, you know, this is what's going on. He knows where to send the money. But if you were to look up Benton Harbor, Michigan, and since I'm looking this on my phone, I can't actually pull it up and show you, and you can't hear the audio, but I'm going to read some of it. In Benton Harbor, Michigan, the head of Michigan's water regulatory agency said that there's only one way to make Benton Harbor's water safe to drink. See, this is Michigan. Michigan had water crisis, okay, and now they got the Benton Harbor water crisis. Black mayor and a black population. So, okay, we got two water crises. Just so happen both are black. Lead, which is a brain affecting toxin. Okay. The city's mayor spoke before lawmakers Thursday asking for money to get that done. Lead leaching into drinking water is a national issue, said Leslie Clark, Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, director. Water coming from Benton Harbor taps has high levels since 2018. Clark told the House Oversight Committee Thursday the lead is coming from lead water lines which connect a home to the city's water system. State data shows Benton Harbor has 3,011 service lines connecting homes to the city's water system, which could have lead. There's no information for another 2,733 pipes. To help extend the life of those pipes, the state helped Benton Harbor add corrosion control to its water. So that's a chemical. After a year, it didn't work. It wasn't what we wanted. So we increased the dose in February 2020, said Eric Oswald, Eagles Drinking Water and Environment Health Division Director. The water still isn't safe to drink. When you don't have corrosion control in your drinking water, you don't have any coating on the pipe. So it takes a while for this chemical to get out there, said Oswald. So keep on putting out answering a problem with an answer that does not work. Okay, you got to replace this old crap. Okay, Michigan should be ashamed of itself because how do you have two water crises right here? In 2018, now this is 2021, this is 3 years later, the legislature approved new water rules which require communities to remove lead line service lines. Many of those communities told News 10 it would take decades to complete the project because there was no money with the mandate. So they make a mandate, but they don't put money with it. Now here's Biden with money. Okay, here's unions. Can we get the money for Benton Harbor? Excuse me. So there's no money with the mandate. Benton Harbor's mayor told the committee they need money to make its water safe. They need money. The need for resources, the help from the state and federal government is undue proportion, said Marcus Muhammad. Muhammad said, this is the mayor, Marcus Muhammad. Muhammad said the city has been working under a financial emergency since 2010. It will take about $30 million. That's chump change. Keep in mind, Biden's Build Back Better program is over 1 trillion. Keep in mind, 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. And just one of those billion, you got 999 billion more. One of those billion is 1,000 million. And all Benton Harbor needs is 30 of those million to make this water improvement. And I'm sure the state of Michigan could probably use, maybe, I don't know, 500 of those million to make all the cities water safe. Okay. But, Benton Harbor just needs 30 of those million to replace all the lead pipes in Benton Harbor. The city still needs $11 point 11.4 million to get it done. So they have some of it. They still need 11.4 million to get it done. Now the thing is, black folks, I think we can raise that. But really, if we have to save our people, that's what we need to do. But will they allow him to accept it and use it on the pipes? Mohammed's confident that he will get the money needed. Governor Whitmer, she looked me in the eye. She said, Mayor, I'm going to do all that I can to get you the money and the resources to solve this problem. So this is just the plight of one single city. And just because it's black, it's becoming an international incident now. Okay. And also because it's Michigan. So the bottom line is we will see if Benton Harbor and Flint and all these other cities, and I'm thinking with some cities in Cleveland, thinking with some other cities that, I mean, Biden, he didn't go to Benton Harbor. He went to Howell, Michigan, I believe. But the bottom line is, this country needs resources. Now, why do black people have to produce all of these international incidents just to get the little resources we got since we vote? Okay, this is how you recognize the enemy. If an enemy is somebody who's trying to stop you from getting your agenda done. This group is trying to destroy your plans. That's how you know you have an enemy, not because they are mean or talk to you meanly. Okay. You cannot love your enemy. If you love your enemy, then you're going to destroy your plans because that's the person who's out here destroying your plans. Black folks, we got to have a vision. We got to have a vision for our own community. That vision is independent of how you vote. We have to get the resources that we need. We have the money to do what we need to do. We need to start owning and controlling. Just listen to Minister Farrakhan, listen to Claude Anderson, organize for the long game. We got to stop. We got to get rid of some of these things where what's going on, everybody. Press the thumbs up, share the stream. You can click the link if you want to come up. And if you have a question or you want to just talk or say your piece, it's all good, no matter what. But we're about to end in a minute. If nobody wants to come up and say anything, and it's all good. All right. So I'm saying we got to have a long vision. If you don't like the Democrats and don't like the Republicans, we have options. You don't have to vote. You just have to get out and start solving a problem. Don't worry about trying to that's why we have to have the long vision. Stop thinking that you have to have everything done and solved yesterday. As soon as we understand that we're supposed to be adding our energy together to get and solve our problems, if we have something to vote for locally, if we have something to vote for nationally, then we will recognize, because we will understand that whoever's going to give us the resources that we need to solve some problems that we're trying to solve, then it would be a no-brainer. Then you go out, you vote for that, and the person gives you the transaction that you voted for something. Okay, this is why we got to have our history intact, because if you're not teaching your own kids the history, they have no vision for the future. You see what I'm saying? So this is where institutional buildings coming into play. This is where having pride in yourself, having pride in others, in your own kind, that's where that's coming into play. So, I mean, I just wanted to put that out there because it is about this election season. It's not about just getting out here, just pulling the lever because of some, campaign. If these people would invest the money they spend on these elections, if they would just go ahead and invest that money, that's enough to fix all the pipes in Benton Harbor, Michigan, Flint, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio. And then there's some Native American populations. What's going on? Okay, somebody wants to come up. Let's see, who do we got? Brother Speak. Go ahead, brother Speak.
Hey, how's it
Come
going,
on, man.
Superman?
What's up, brother Speak? What you got
I'm
on
good.
your mind, brother?
Yeah, I do have a question. Okay,
Yeah.
I hear a lot of uh like going with the Democrats, going with the Republicans, and and when I usually say like, I'm independent. I'm not one or the other now. I used to vote Democratic mainly because of my mother and my
Hmm.
family. How do you how do you explain to people about that? Because it's like when you say you're independent, people looking at you like you're crazy. How do you
You know,
kind of explain it?
the way I do it, like I said earlier, we got to have a long game. We got to understand, like to me, and I heard your podcast earlier. You brother speak. I mean, like I said, I got a very small channel, so it's all good. But I'll share your stuff, brother speak, because I like your perspective. I like that you stand for what you know, you believe. This is you gonna say it, and I love that, bro. Even if it's against what I think, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We have to have authentic. We have to start respecting authentic perspectives. Like if you really like in politics, politicians have now become synonymous with liars, right? Because these are people who are going to say whatever they got to say to get you to do what they want you to do. And the thing is, the American population to me has been kind of trained to try to like somebody or to try to we respect liars and lies more than we respect authentic people. I'd rather be able to calculate uh on you being a truthful person versus me liking you. Okay, because if you can't please everybody, right, on all the time. But if I say, okay, this person has a track record here, that's what I call when I say independent, and I'm gonna get straight to your question. But when I say independent, to me, all that means is that you are independent of the dominant political groups. You you value authenticity. Your perception, based upon your life experience of right and wrong, is more important than just trying to make a bet on you voting for who you think is just going to win anyway. You know, well, I'm just they ain't gonna win, so it's no need for me to vote for them. So that's the only reason why you vote for somebody is because you think they're gonna win, or they if that kind of thought process. That's not really good for us. It hasn't served us. So the thing is, people are used to a dysfunctional mechanism, and we can see that in American politics. China's outperforming us. All these other nations are outperforming us in so many categories. And the only reason why I think America is as prominent as it is because they invest so much in the military. Because the bottom line is, if you stand against us, even China have a strong military, but nobody wants to even have that fight. Nobody wants to have a fight, right? Because why? That's going to cost them their agenda. So they survive by threatening people. You know what I mean? And so to me, when you say something that's counter dysfunction, you're going to get the pushback. And that's the value of us out here. Even though a lot of us think that we don't matter, we're out here on YouTube, we're speaking our perspective. To me, that's the value of us being authentic, uh, no matter what. And because what that means is that you're showing people that it's actually you can be successful just being truthful. If you win, you win. If your perspective loses, your perspective simply lost. It doesn't mean that, you know, or it didn't get done at that moment. It doesn't mean that you were right or wrong, or, it just means that, your the way you thought just didn't happen at that moment. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I take it because if you look at it, most of your movements, none of that's going to happen when the first person realizes the answer and starts pushing a new agenda. It's not going to happen in that person's lifetime most of the time, and they're going to die before they even actually you know, see most of the results. But we see if that's why we have to learn history because we can start seeing a track record. That's why I agree with the group identity. You know, when you have a group identity, if you have a group identity, then you can connect yourself with a past. And that way you can look at a track record and you can be proud of it. So that's what I'm loyal to. I'm loyal to, the group identity. I'm loyal to righteousness. So if you're talking about independent, I'm not independent of that, but I'm just independent of, the major dysfunctional political platforms now that I think most of these people have been just bought out, you know. So yeah, that's just what that's how I would answer your question. But that's just my perspective, of course, you know what I'm saying? So that's that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
what's your take on it? What's popping in your mind from that?
Yeah, I kind of get that is you just want the the idea is that we do need to be independent and be flexible enough to where you're not just picking people because it's cool, like you said, it looks cool, or you influenced by somebody. You generally like that person and you think that they're going to do something. Like
Hmm.
the the election before, uh, not the last election, but the election before
Hmm.
that, I didn't vote for Hillary or Trump
Hmm.
because I didn't think Hillary was going to do anything, and I didn't think Trump was that good of a choice either. I picked
Right.
it. I forgot the lady that I forgot who I picked for the Green Party,
Oh,
but
okay. That was I think I know who you're talking about. That was Jill something Steinem.
yeah,
Jill
that's
Stein.
like,
Jill Stein.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
And,
like,
and see,
okay,
like somebody would hear that. Somebody would hear that and be like, "Oh, see, you a loser."
I know. They
See,
were-
yeah, but see,
You
this is
just
what I
wasting
try to
your
tell
vote.
people.
Like,
You
no, I
see,
didn't waste my vote. I mean,
that's exactly. You don't waste
I'm
a
like,
vote. This is what you believe. Your vote is supposed to be your personal true belief. And that
exactly.
is how the country is actually guided, right? That it reflects what the people, as much as humanly possible, it reflects what the people actually believe. You don't vote for something just because you think, oh, they're gonna win, so I'm gonna vote for that one. That's stupid. It's like you're saying you're supposed to say, okay, this is what I believe. Here's closest to what I think. Uh, if I don't, and this is just what I believe here. Bottom line, and that's how it goes. Because if you're only voting, if you're making a decision just based upon some agenda because of commercials and I don't know some other crap, it's not. Look at where this is getting everybody. Look at where it's
Yeah.
going. It's not going well for nobody.
Mm-mm.
It's not
Yeah.
going well for nobody.
No, they voted for Biden. Look how that turned out.
Bruh, this is horrible. Literally. Come on, you're looking at Biden. This man, first of all, these people, I mean, I can't, these people done banned my channel, so I gotta be careful on here. I can't even make reference to certain words because I got somebody, I think it's something hanging out in the clouds, just waiting to chop my little
Hmm.
channel down. But the thing is though, it's like, look, the thing is, even if there's nobody, for example, I voted for Kanye West, and I ain't gonna lie, but really, I supported Jill. The last this one here, I supported Marianne. Was it Marianne Williamson? So I supported her. I pushed her. Okay, she fizzled out, but I wanted that voice to get out there. And I feel like I won because she helped to kind of further along the agenda. To me, like I said, I got a group identity. I don't understand people who want to ignore that if you are born into a certain history and a certain group and a certain lineage, you should be proud of that. You should try to develop it. Black folks in America, we did a lot of good things. We got a history. We deserve some money. And it's not even just some reparations money, but I believe that too. But I'm just saying we ain't getting hardly none of our money as far as just basic resources for our little cities and stuff. We got Flint, we got Benton Harbor, we got all these little cities around the country with black folks running it, and we having hard times. We got our schools being defunded basically. We got a fighting protest. I mean, Howard University students sleeping outside. They'd rather sleep outside than sleep in the dorm because of rats and roaches and water damage. And it's becoming winter now. And Biden
God
and them
dang.
promised, yeah, they promised $70 billion on that Build Back Better program or that Lift Every Voice program thing. They lied. They promised $70 billion for HBCUs. And now they're talking about it's just going to be 2 billion, and it's all Democrats basically running the show over there in the Congress. For the most part, it's basically Democrats, and they can get it
Hmm.
done without no Republicans. So the point is, it's like this. We shouldn't have to beg for no resources. That shows you a problem. But other communities, this is something that we haven't learned because I believe that we're ignoring. Just like I told them other brothers, I think we ignore what's actually happening, trying to make a narrative that's not true. We're trying to make it true. And what I mean by that is this. The bottom line is, maybe couple individuals are doing good, but by and large, you know, uh, we get sanctioned as a community overall. We get taxes taken out of our checks. We spend most of our money with every other community. But when it comes to reinvesting on places where that's just no brainers, like schools, just like, we voted for you, dude. Send us some money to fix our roads or to do what we say needs to be done. And we got to beg for it. That lets you know right there that you got to start setting up institutions that you fund, that you trust, that you can control without, and you can direct and organize your own resources without, you know, voting, without asking somebody else to do it for you. That's the only way we can do it. And of course, when you start setting those resources up, those institutions up, they're going to be called racist because they're only for you. But you can't care about that. And that's the other thing that kind of speaks to what you said earlier. You was like, if you say you're independent, which all black people, especially black Americans, should be, to me, we shouldn't be no toss up. I should listen to both sides. I don't care. If you're gonna offer me something tangible, then I'm gonna vote for you. If you ain't gonna offer me nothing, I'm not gonna vote for you. Even if I don't vote for nobody. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? The whole point is to solve problems. So that's how I look at it. And then I do want to do a talk with you earlier, but I'm gonna do it on my computer in the house because I want to go back over that program when me and you had the conversation about protecting women. So maybe I could get you, maybe I don't know, tomorrow night or some other time whenever you have a chance. What's a good time for you?
It will have to be during the day because tomorrow I'll be at work
Oh, you work
tomorrow
at night.
night. Yeah, so yeah, I go
Okay.
in at like at 9 in the evening.
Yeah.
So I mean, anything before I don't know, maybe 7 o'clock, seven
Mm.
like
What
before
you what you
anything before
what you what you up
uh,
to this weekend?
weekend. I'll be working also. Yeah, because I work
Oh,
6 days
also
straight and then
working, man.
off 3 days. So
Woo!
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
works 6 days straight, then I'm off three. So it's kind of like,
Night shift.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah. Well, that's good.
you, yeah, I mean, just
We'll get it in.
I mean, huh?
You on Facebook, right? You on Facebook, right?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
So
So
I mean,
what's your
you,
thing on Facebook?
uh,
Is it
bro
you
speaks.
want to, or do you have a, okay. So yeah, I got black is not a colored and just Michael Farrar too. So you could or you got BMT on Facebook. Hey, what's going on, Carolyn? What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, yeah. I'm BNT. I'm with him. So if you look
Yeah.
at BNT,
Yeah.
I'll probably be there. You can just hit me a message and we can set that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That'd be cool. I got a friend you on Facebook. Yes, thanks, Carolyn, for sharing me. Yeah, because this is the thing is, and like I said, to with this here, this ain't even for just black people. Of course, I always come from a black perspective, and nobody should be getting offended for black people talking black talk. I mean, come on, y'all. I don't get offended for no other group talking. It's like you should know that should be a no-brainer. So I'm happy for other people to listen in. And I know that other people like Carolyn or whoever, there's people that don't like the Democrats nor the Republicans.
no,
So what should you do? What should you do? You're gonna keep supporting stuff you don't like? Why are you choosing between devils and Lucifer and the lesser of two evils and all this old silly stuff? Look, I respect authenticity. This is the reason why I think even Donald Trump got elected. It's because it's like, yeah, the man lies. Yeah, but his lie is like stupid lie. It's like so easy to realize the man lied. It's like, so he's just the same before he gets elected. He's the same after he gets elected. Donald Trump is Donald Trump. Everybody knows
right,
him. And I think people just was like, okay, we can respect authenticity. At least we know where this man stands. Okay. And it's like even Barack Obama, he got elected because people was like, okay, let's try something different. These are this game. Everybody understands this game. And it's like this money have taken over these little politicians. Everybody knows it, but everybody's like, okay, what can we do? What should we do? Yada yada. Right. But it's like, this is it's like, okay, now you're in the phase of literally trying to solve it. Because once you recognize the problem, it's like, okay, you can't fix it right away by yourself. But then when you notice other people recognize it, that's where you're starting to get the group activity. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that's kind of what I'm putting out here. And yeah, appreciate you guys. What's that? Oh, somebody coming up here? Oh, damn, I got a chat going on. Well, you typing something?
oh yeah,
Are you typing?
I was just responding
Okay.
to
Okay.
Carolyn.
No, I was just thinking I didn't know what that was. I was like, okay. Yeah. No, but like I said, I'm gonna end it off because I don't really like long lives and stuff because I gotta get myself built up to that.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, those those long lives can be tiring, and
Yeah.
you know, I I've been trying to keep them as short as I can because Jesus Christ, I mean, but if I got something that I'm really like
Yeah.
going off on, they
Hmm.
tend to go long, and
Yeah.
I don't even be noticing them. Like I'd be looking up as 1 minute and then by the time I done with what I'm trying to say, it's like, oh dang, it's an hour already.
Hmm.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
can go.
I mean,
But I mean, it just
Yeah,
depends on what you're really passionate about. You know.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna rebroadcast some of the stuff because I do got the little Twitch, I got the little Facebook, and I got a Vimeo channel. Because I'll be talking about a lot of stuff. That's probably why they've been banning my stuff, my little bitty channel. I'm kind of tripped about YouTube because I'm like, man, I got like 185 folks that even sub to it, probably less that listen to it all the time. And they just like, uh, uh.
And
So,
YouTube is funny like that, man. I had my other channel, and for some reason, like all of a sudden, I couldn't I couldn't go in the chat, and every time I would type something in the chat,
kind of cutting it a little.
nobody could see it. And I'm like, and
Hmm.
I go to different places. I thought, okay, maybe it's that place blocked me for whatever reason, because when you get associated with the manosphere,
Hmm.
um, people who are anti-manosphere, they quick to
Right.
block you because they think you're gonna be saying stuff against women. So
Hmm.
I went to another channel, which is like manosphere. Some channels with the manosphere, it's the same issue.
Hmm.
So it got to the point where, okay, well, I might as well just make another channel. So that's what I did.
Right.
So
Hmm.
that's what I got this channel, um, the Bro Speak podcast. That's why I got this channel for that.
Right.
So yeah, I understand how YouTube be. It's like, yeah, and I've been getting copyright strikes
Dang, man.
for yeah, like for like I have my theme song on some of my podcasts that I play at the beginning,
Uh-huh. Right.
and when I didn't have that many
They
subscribers,
don't
and
let.
some of the things that I talk about, nobody cared. Then all of a sudden, like
Hmm.
I talked about Kid Cut, I remember it. I talked about Kid Cudi in a dress.
Right. Oh, they don't
All of a
like that.
sudden, yeah, all of a sudden, copyright strikes everywhere. I'm like,
Damn.
yeah, so yeah, it's YouTube is a funny place, man. It's very funny.
Yeah. That's kind of how I was because to me, the last time they strike me, I thought I was being good. I was like, damn, YouTube shit. I'm sitting up here. I ain't talking about the stuff, and I'm being good. I'm gonna be a good little, a little sheep. I'm gonna be a
Mm.
good little lamb. I'm gonna be all submissive. I was like, okay, YouTube, this is your platform. I respect it, but they was like, no, we don't like you talking about UFOs. So it gave me
They,
another strike.
they they give you a strike for UFOs?
Yeah, I was talking about UFOs. I played some clips of the governor of Arizona. I did some other stuff, and I was like, bro, what y'all talking about? So it's just like, man, these folks something else, man.
Of all, of
But
all the goofy stuff that they have on YouTube,
yeah, and
that's
I
what they
did a
they they gonna give you a copyright strike on that.
I don't know what it was because I didn't play I guess I didn't put the little fair use stuff. I didn't put the fair
Oh
use in
man,
there. Maybe
right.
they didn't like that. Maybe they didn't like that. And also, it was like, I was looking because I had did a show. I did a show on porno, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna repost that. I'm gonna see if they strike it. I don't know. I probably might not repost it. No, I ain't gonna repost that one. I'm gonna put that one on Vimeo. But yeah, that damn, I did a little thing on porno. I mean, I did some other stuff, but yeah, they just tripped. They was just tripping, and some of the stuff that the porno people was saying that's on YouTube, bro. I'm like, and they're gonna ban me? Hey, but it's all good. It's all good. And like I said, guys, I'm gonna end this off. Go ahead and make some final comments on whatever on
Well,
what we talked this.
yeah. As far as like Democrats
the
and
political
Republicans.
stuff.
Oh, as far as like Democrats and Republicans, I'm like, look, you can have your group. I'm like, look, what whoever can do for me, that's gonna be best
Hmm.
for my pocketbook.
Boom.
Um, that's who I'm gonna roll with. I don't care if they
Right.
Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green
Hmm.
Party, whatever party. If it's good for my money and it feels good to me, that's what I'm gonna roll with.
Right.
Anybody else, it don't matter. Hell, I'll sit out voting.
Exactly. That's how it should be.
Yeah,
That's
I
to me. Yeah,
to
I
and be
agree with
fair,
you.
I did that last. I didn't vote for Trump or Biden.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
didn't vote for anybody. And boy, were they pushing me heavy to vote. Oh, you need to vote for Biden. Trump's a racist. Trump's a racist. I'm like, oh,
And
okay.
look at Biden, bro. Look at Biden.
I
Biden.
know
I mean,
that.
seriously. Woo! This
I'm like,
man is
yeah.
something
I bet
else,
y'all feel stupid now voting for that guy. I'm like, hey, ain't
bro.
don't come to me. Hey,
Woo!
shit. At least I mean, shit. But I kind of had a feeling, man. Trump. I mean, Biden. When I was looking at the stuff that Biden was doing before the election, I said, this dude let me down, like horribly.
You talking about Biden?
Yeah, because I
Oh
mean,
man.
I'm thinking like the Biden when Obama was on the ropes, his last
Hmm.
election, and where Romney just embarrassed him.
Hmm.
You know, it was Biden's performance against who was that? Ryan, whatever his name. Against Ryan
And now,
really helped Obama really get the people back on his side. So
right.
I'm like, I'm thinking I'm getting that Biden, but then I look
Hmm.
how he talked and that whole goofy stuff with the if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I was like, oh my, this goofy this goofy
Yeah, bro.
MF.
That
I'm like, I
man, it's
said,
even
nah, I'm
worse.
not voting for this guy. Out your mind. No.
Look, look,
No.
look. And I'm gonna say this because this is crazy. When I ain't gonna lie, the personality of Biden, I like. I like Biden's personality because he ran for president with Barack Obama, but I believe he ran for president before that too. But he lost early when Barack Obama and Hillary and them was running. But I liked his personality because, like I said, I respect authenticness. Biden is gonna say blah blah blah. He just say it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But when I started looking into Biden's history and stuff, I was like, oh, this is the reason why we can't put loans in. Oh, this is the reason why, it's the 94 crime bill, why you got this disparity and everybody's mad now because you got the so-called slave labor and all this old other stuff that everybody's arguing about. But now he got the same people who supposedly don't like the disparity in the criminal justice. He got the same people defending him. This is the weirdest stuff in the world. Now, if you're gonna either you're gonna like Biden, he the one who thought of it and wrote the bill that put you in jail, and he encouraged the what you call these little private prisons and stuff like that. Which I think that I don't think that should be. That's my belief. It should nobody should literally be incentivized to make money off of putting people in jail. If I give you money, it's like the people who come to jail, it's like you should get paid off of them because they are productive in society. You like rehabilitated them, and somehow we can make it where you make money from that. That's how that should run. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
where, oh, you got to keep them there and you make more money. Of course, you want to keep them now, right? So,
Yeah.
this whole situation is just all messy. Like I said, the thing is, when you start uh, really just standing on your square and be like, look, this is the functional decision. this is the right way. It's not the popular way. This is what I believe is true. If to me, if everybody did what they personally believe, I mean, truly believe, don't ignore facts to make yourself believe something. Just look at it and say, okay, yada yada. And this is what I actually believe. I think we would get a better response. But right now we got so much corporate control. We got all of this. It's just really you got anytime you can have a foreign government just pay for some ads to influence the vote. That means they got more power over who gets elected than the citizens.
Yeah.
So so I don't know. It's like this is how I think. It's just like, dude, you the only way you that situation is too big right now for us to actually just tear it down with a couple of little elections. All you can do is get with the people who are trying to solve some of the problems, and you just got to start solving the problems and reinforcing each other. If something happened along the way where you get somebody that's you know you believe that's authentic, then go ahead and vote for them. But if you don't see that person, like right now, I'm living in a little county, little spot here. They don't care nothing about, my concerns. So it's no real big deal for me, for me to vote for some of these people.
Mm.
I voted for Kanye West on because it wasn't nobody else to vote for, and I was just like, okay, let me throw him up there. Of course, he's not gonna win, but which I didn't really care, but I just wanted to have a different voice in it. I just wanted to have a different voice in it because it wasn't. It's the same thing as like voting for Mickey Mouse. That's how I felt. It was like voting for Mickey Mouse. So, so that's it. All right, man, brother. Speak. Thanks for coming past, brother. Thanks,
All right, no
Carolyn.
problem, man.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace out. All right.
All right.
Peace.